Button. All right. So, what's today's date?
It's Sunday, the September 18th, 2022.
So, we are in the middle of September when normally we start to see a break in the Texas heat. And we're not seeing that now. The heat is on again, almost like it was in July.
The heat is on.
So, we're just checking these guys to see how they are if the fall and winter ever get started. All right, so this is the frame at the very end. It's only about, oh, look at that. It looks like maybe it's warped a little bit. So I'd say, maybe 30% drawn and maybe 20% nectar, tiny bit of capped honey. Oh, the other side, quite a lot of capped honey, but still not fully drawn out. All right, that's frame 11. They still have a little bit of room to build there. Probably I won't need to be adding more frames here before we instead start working in the other direction as we go into fall. By the way, our typical first frost date, which is about the time that I'll winterize the hive and start getting them ready to go into winter, is right around Thanksgiving time here.
What all does winterizing a beehive include?
Well, we'll try to remove any frames that they don't need. So this is probably about a little more than half drawn, probably about 20% capped honey and nectar there. Let's flip that around. Oh, and then lots of capped honey here. So that's probably almost half the frame,
Wow.
even though it's not all drawn out yet. So they're loading up on honey right now. That's good. Now what we'll do for winterizing, is first, we'll try to identify what frames are used for brood, and they're probably all right together already, but if they're not, then we'll make sure that they're moved all directly adjacent. And typically the brood frames will have honey stores on the top, enough to get them through winter. And then we'll leave a frame of honey on each side for them to get a good start on the spring growth before there's necessarily flowers. And so what we'll do is in any of these extra frames, like this one is honey. I think this one is honey. So we just looked at 10. So 11 and 10. I believe 11 and 10 are small frames of some honey. 9. Let's go ahead and pull that out. 9 is more fully drawn.
Wow.
And it's got some drone brood in it.
Is that the more wider ones?
The ones that are bubbled up, yeah, the ones you're focusing on there. Those are drones.
For the big boys, huh?
Yeah. And eventually they're going to start kicking the drones out of the colony, and there won't be any more drone brood.
Really?
Yeah, they just eat. And so the queens, the colony, they decide, hey, we're going into winter where food is scarce, and so you can't stay here anymore.
The freeloaders, huh?
Yeah, that's right. All right, so you can see we've got some brood, and at the top we've got about 3 inches of honey and nectar stored. And that's what we typically will find on any brood frame. I am surprised that it extends so far out as frame 9. That makes me wonder if the rest of these are all going to be brood. So more drone brood on this side, more honey stores at the top.
We've seen a huge population growth on this one, right?
Yeah, I think so. All right. Now, pretty soon, and I'm not sure just when that occurs, but certainly in the next few weeks, unless it may already have occurred, the bees that are hatched out in the late summer and fall are called bees of winter physiology. What that means is the worker bees that have been hatching all through the spring and summer, they live, I think it's been said, about 45 days, about 6 weeks, a little more. 6 to 8 weeks. But the winter bees, they can live as far as in cold climates. Sometimes they'll live 4 months.
What's the normal life of a bee?
About 6 weeks, a month and a half. All right, now we're looking at frame 8. I've got one paying extra close attention to me.
As long as they pay attention to you and not me.
Did I tell you about my experience with that cutout that I failed at?
The tree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Said that there was many mistakes that were made on that one.
Yes, there were. But also, it turns out they were most likely Africanized.
Wow.
All right, now this one, a few cells of drone brood and a whole lot of nectar.
That one was buzzing me.
Same thing on that side, just a few cells of drone brood and a whole lot of capped honey. So probably by the time I winterize, those drone cells will have hatched, and probably there won't be more. It won't be the case that more have been laid. So this one will just be honey, and this will either be one that I leave with them to get through the next spring, or possibly take home and put in the freezer to possibly share resources with the other colony. I'm going to see if I can take a little walk and get this bee to stop examining me closely. They didn't follow me nearly as far as they sometimes do.
Yeah, I took one step back, and the one that was buzzing me.
Ah, but he's back. He remembered me. All right, frame 7.
Yeah, this one's angry.
Is it popping you or just
No, he's just
circling you?
he just let me know he's there. So this is frame 7?
This is frame 7. Now this is where we see some regular worker brood. A lot of honey stores on this one. I don't see a lot of pollen stores on this one, which I would really like to see. Looks like a nice solid pattern.
Oh yeah, this guy's no happy with me.
Same on this side. A lot of honey stores. Don't see a lot of pollen, which surprises me because I've got pollen substitute powder on the floor of the hive. Nice solid pattern.
Had to take a walk on that one.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So,
they seem a little more crankier than usual.
now there you see those empty cells. Sometimes those indicate problems, but in this case, what they indicate, because I can see the nectar in them, is that the workers filled those cells with nectar before the queen could get in there and lay eggs. So that's not a problem with the brood laying pattern. It's just competition for the cell space.
So a good pattern has a little bit of everything: honey, brood.
Well, when we talk about the pattern, we're usually talking about having a lot of the where the queen is laying brood. It should all be brood, like lots of an even pattern with where all the brood is together. Now what I'm trying to do now is close up these ones that we've already inspected, because that reduces their sense that somebody's messing with their hive.
Oh, like if you keep them spread apart, that they're more agitated?
Yeah, they recognize somebody's messing with them. All right, this is frame 6.
Seems to be a lot of flies.
Yeah. The flies appreciated the recent rains too.
All right.
Now this is an example of what would be called spotty pattern. Only at first glance though. I think so I can see that there are lots of cells with larvae in them, and those seem even. There's some capped brood, and those seem a little spotty. But
Well, I got two of them on me.
I think what happened was that when the queen laid the previous generation of brood, a lot of this space was being used for.
Ooh, this one's taking me for a walk.
Okay, we'll see you when you get back.
All
Enjoy your trip.
right now. Okay, okay. Yep. Oh, he no happy at all. Okay, okay. I get it, I get it. All right.
You can just go to that shelter over there.
Okay, okay. Oh, why are you so angry? It's good now. That's the furthest I've had to walk.
I've had to go all the way over to that shelter.
Is it because we're getting closer to the queen or closer to the inside?
Yeah, we're getting into the brood nest for sure.
Well, we'll see. There was two of them there buzzing me.
You want to put the veil on?
Yeah. Hold that for a second.
All right. That is frame 6. You want to do the gloves or no?
I think so.
Those will make you sweaty, but they're the nearest thing to a sting-proof glove that I've heard of.
They're a little small.
Oh, are they?
All right. Back in action. Feel better with this on now. Now we're ready to go.
Yeah. One thing about it, having that experience I had with the Africanized bees and taking the dozen stings, it made me a little less apprehensive about eventually being stung. Because I learned,
Now you know what to expect.
at least at this point, what my reaction is. Because I had not been stung, and I didn't have any basis for being able to say I was or was not allergic to bees.
Well, I guess that's a good thing about being a beekeeper is not being allergic. Ooh. That one looks a little heavy.
Brood frames are usually not nearly so heavy as honey, so it's certainly well populated.
Gotta take another walk. Okay. Oh, they're cranky today. Cranky for the fall, right?
Yep, probably. Another good frame of brood. I see a few drones and lots of workers, a little bit of honey. What I'm still not seeing, and I did see it briefly right after we got poured out, I tipped out a lot of nectar that hadn't thickened yet. Sorry, bees.
They'll lick it up.
They will.
Well, this guy's not happy with me at all. I spend all my time getting chased away.
Well, let's take a little walk together then.
Yeah.
Now they're off of me.
Now they're focused on me.
He's still after you, huh?
Every now and then. I'll think he's off, and then he'll come right back.
Yeah.
That's nectar.
Yeah.
Let's have a little taste. Mmm.
So this is frame 4. Not a brood here. Now here I'm finally seeing some pollen. Seeing some good pollen stores here.
Well, this guy don't want to get off of me either.
Is he tapping you or just circling you?
Tapping. It means he's going for it, right?
Well, it means he's definitely telling you need to take him seriously.
Well, then I'm going to take him seriously.